Hi, and welcome to Two Tired Teachers.
We are coming at you from Grassy Lake Road dispersed camping that is between Yellowstone and the Grand Tetons. And where we are right now, we're about 1.5 miles from pavement. Once we hit pavement, it's about 1 mile over to the John D. Rockefeller Highway. And when we hit that, 2 miles north is Yellowstone, 5 miles south, the Grand Tetons. And there are a number of dispersed camp areas here. And I don't remember how many exactly.
I don't either, but they call them camp and then tell you how many sites.
So Camp 1 had 4 sites. I had thought we might get in there. Camp 2 had 2 sites. I was hoping we could get in there. We came on up to Camp 3. We had passed a man with a travel trailer who was leaving, and he said he left us a spot here. So we came on up to Camp 3. We know that at Camp 4 or 5 up here, we have seen Class A's, Class C's.
Yes.
Some large multi-use looking vehicles that have gone on up the hill, as well as some Jeeps, etc.
It's a good road, but it is
a
sort
gravel
of washboard.
with some washboard. And I'll be honest, I think the very beginning is the worst.
Yes.
It gets more traffic. But each of these camp areas that are provided by the National Park Service, I believe, National Park or National Forest Service, each area has trash, a vault toilet,
A bear box.
each campsite has a bear box, a picnic table, and a fire ring. And folks, these are free.
Yes.
They're first come. We got here around 10 o'clock yesterday morning.
Yes.
And got ours. The
They
other...
fill up quickly.
They do.
Some girls were camped here when we got here.
Some sisters.
When we got back from exploring, a young couple was here.
And then, yeah, even at like 7:30 last night, there are people driving through wondering if there was room. So if you're going to get here, you want to get here early. And we're going to go on and be full disclosure. We are here the week of Labor Day. And so we are officially in the shoulder season. I will tell you that also along in this stretch, there is a Sheffield campground, but I believe there are only 5 sites over there. We've not been, but I did do some research before we came just to see what's available. The other is about the Sheffield campground, which is the one across the Rockefeller Parkway, the National Forest campground. There's some people that are here fly fishing, and they're probably going to be joining us over here tonight. And they are currently in the Sheffield campground and said it is much improved, that there are actually, there are about 20 campsites over there, but that the road going into there is actually better than this road, that where it crossed a stream, they've gone in and put a bridge in, and so it's pretty easy access to get to that National Forest campground if you are so interested. If you will look at the Grand Tetons map, it actually shows some campgrounds, National Forest campgrounds that are just outside the Tetons. I don't know anything about those. But when we were looking for camping options that would service both the south part...
Perfect.
And guys, the view, I mean, the young couple we were talking last night, like, we feel like we're just sitting here in a postcard.
Yes.
It's incredible. And being the 1st of September, the colors are changing. It is just amazing.
I will tell you, quite honestly, there had been a fire, I don't know when, but a lot of the pines toward the road have been burned.
Toward the gravel road that we drove in on, yeah. Toward John D. Rockefeller, I guess the river stopped the fire because it is just gorgeous out there.
Yes.
Wildlife, we've seen a lot of chipmunks driving the dog crazy and a few deer. Asked the girls, they said there's a beaver down here that they watched the other night, but I thought I may have seen an eagle earlier. I know they're in this area. But folks, if you're looking for a dispersed place, and a bonus, this Flag Ranch, which is where you turn.
Yes.
We did not need it, so we did not ask, but I have heard and read that they do allow overnight parking in their big giant parking lot. They do have facilities. They have
laundry.
yeah, yes, which we're really pleased about.
You don't have to be camping there at this time to use their laundry.
And there is a campground there. There are some cabins there. There's information there. There's a convenience store. So it really is, the signage looks like it's part of the national park system, but I believe it's privately owned.
It's outside the park.
It's between the parks. But we are so pleased with this area, and the highway is far enough over there. I guess if you listen closely, you might be able to hear something, but it services the national parks, and at night, well, it's cold enough, we're closing the windows, but you don't notice it.
And one more thing, and that is, if you're camping here and planning on going to the Tetons, on your way in, it will say information about the Tetons. Stop.
As you leave the south end, just as you're coming out of the south of Yellowstone, before we got to Flag Ranch, is where that was. So we were able to pick up information. We can plan our trip into the Tetons, and before we get there. So, folks, this is amazing. I had seen some videos of people staying down in the first camping area, but seeing this creek in the river, the mountains behind us, I mean, this is just a postcard.
Wonderful.
So we hope you've enjoyed our look at the dispersed camping here on Grassy Lake Road, next to the Snake River, running parallel to the John D. Rockefeller Highway between Yellowstone and the Grand Tetons. Thanks for watching Two Tired Teachers.